another day. One more walk through the problems, build up, stand in our way. Oh, one step ahead, one step behind, then you gotta run to get even. Make future plans, don't dream about yesterday, yeah. Come on, gotta turn this thing around right now. Sure tomorrow, right now, come on. It's everything right now. Get your magic moments, do it right here and now. It means everything. Miss a beat, lose a rhythm, and nothing falls into place. Oh, you only missed by a fraction. Just slip a little off the pace. Yeah, more things, yeah, the more you want. Just treading one for the other. Working so hard to make it easier. Oh, you got to turn. Come on, turn this thing around right now. Sure tomorrow, right now, come on. It's everything right now. Get your magic moments, do it right here and now. It means everything. What are you waiting for? Right now! Right now, down tomorrow. Right now, come on. It's everything right now. Catch your magic moments. Do it right here and now. Whoa, right now means everything. Hello, everybody. Had to start out tonight with a little tribute to our late, great guitar hero, Eddie Van Halen, who was also a very talented keyboard player. So, little swing in his direction. We have a few tributes to do tonight, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to get started with another one real quick because not only did we lose Eddie Van Halen this last week, we also celebrated what would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday. Unbelievable, right? So let's sing happy birthday to John by thinking about the world that he imagined. A Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people sharing more today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. All right, let's say hi to some people, although we do have some additional tributes that need to be done, but we'll say hello to a few folks first. So a lot of you have already tuned in and left a comment. Thank you. This is so cool to be able to do this. Moritz, coming at us from Graz, Austria, says, I hope you're going to play a John Lennon song. Check. It was all for you. Jakob from Denmark wants to hear The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. I just put out a new lesson video for that, so we can work that one into the evening. Sure. Let's see here. Seth says, hey, Steve, greetings from Florida. Tutorials really saved me through the pandemics. Thank you. Do you know any Prince or Howard Jones? You know what? I'm actually not very well versed in either of them. I'm sorry about that, Seth. I apologize. I'd like to be able to help you on that one. But alas, I really don't know. I would be doing a terrible disservice to either one of them if I tried. But maybe in a future stream I'll take a look at some of it. Hi, Linda. Jonathan P., right here and now. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was a shocker. That was hard. Hey, Paul. Coming at us from Scotland. Hi, Becky. Good to have you with us. Gerardo. Thank you very much, sir. Good to see you, too. Hello, Mama. How are you? Jonathan P., yes, I did see Van Halen. I have seen Van Halen once. It was in the 2004 reunion tour with Hagar, which is actually my favorite era. I have moments from the David Lee Roth years that I'm pretty fond of, but I was a big fan of the whole catalog all the albums they made with Sammy Hagar. And then I saw Sammy Hagar within a year of when he left the band on the Marching to Mars tour, and that was actually even better. Eddie was in kind of bad shape. He was having a real bad alcohol and drug problem at the time that we saw him. It was still cool to see Van Halen, but kind of a sloppy show that way. But yeah, it was pretty magical. It was good stuff. Let's see here. Hi, Gary. Good to have you with us, my friend. I see that you're multi-platforming. I like that. Hey, Christian, young Padawan. This is one talented sucker right here, Christian Colazzo. Watch for him in the headlines. He's going to be a star someday. Hi, Ruth. Good to have you with us. Captain Davis, coming at us from Chicago, I believe. Hi, Ann, from British Columbia. Good to have you with us. Nice. Steve in Canada. I love that little emoticon there, that little profile picture of Schroeder from the Peanuts. He was always one of my favorites. Noah, young man, good to have you. Coming in from Orlando, Florida. Another talented young musician right there. Good to have you with us, my friend. And Bill, hello, how are you? Okay. And Bettina, thank you very much. Love to have you with us. I appreciate that. I think Bettina is coming in from Germany. Am I right about that? Do I have the right place? So this is a late night for you. Thank you for joining us. It's great. Finn, how you doing? From LA. Like to hear Prelude, Angry Young Man. All right, well, I'll see if I can squeeze that in. I haven't done that one in a little while, so it'll be a little sloppy, but I think we can probably pull it off. Okay, and Daniel from Holland. Goodness gracious. Too many people to say hello to all of them, but I just want you to know this means a lot to me that you're all here. Okay, Nicholas. So before I start taking any requests there, we also lost a fella named Johnny Nash recently, and Johnny was a successful performer in his own right, but he was also a great songwriter. And he wrote this song, which I believe was a hit for him in the 70s, but then in the 90s, a fella named Jimmy Cliff came out with kind of a reggae version of it that just really kind of took the world by storm, and it's just one of those songs that everyone on the planet has heard and loves, and it's a feel-good song. So, rest in peace, Johnny Nash. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be a bright sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone, and all of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. Gonna be a bright sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I can see rainbows I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Sunshiny day. All righty. Hey, by the way, Gary Elgore, please pass on my congratulations. Well, congratulations to you and your family, but please pass on my congratulations specifically to your daughter, Erica. Just got married yesterday. I know that planning a COVID wedding is a difficult task. So congratulations to her. I wish her lots of luck and love and happiness and all of those good things. So it's been a challenging year, but we all find ways to tend to our joy one way or another. All right, so let's give this a try. I haven't done this in a while, but it's good to see it in the requests, and we'll see if I can remember how to do it. 1, 2. Whoa! I believe I've passed the age of consciousness and a righteous rage. Found that just surviving was a noble fight. I once believed in causes too, had my pointless point of view. Life went on no matter who was wrong or right. Oh, and there's always a place for the angry young man with his fist in the air and his head in the sand. He's never been able to learn from mistakes, so he can't understand why his heart always breaks. His honor is pure and his courage as well. His spirit is true and he's boring as hell. He'll go to the grave as an angry old man. There's always a place for the angry young man with his working class ties and his radical plans. Refuses to bend, refuses to crawl. He's always at home with his back to the wall. He's proud of the scars from the battles he lost. He's stronger than bleeds as he hangs on his cross, and he likes to be known as the angry young man. Whoa, no, yeah. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see what else is in the comments here. What have I missed? What have I missed? Okay. Herrero says, today's a special day in your family. It's your grandmother's birthday, turning 100 years old. Although it's kind of sad we can't visit her because of the pandemic. Oh, I know, that is a tough thing this year. Well, congratulations to you and your family and her, Gerardo. Hey, Vivian, it's great to have you with us. Love to have Mama Elgord along for the ride. Okay. Well, Anthony Salvatore. Close to the Borderline by Billy Joel. You know, that's one I haven't worked up yet, man. I need to, though. I need to. I'll probably, that one will take some creativity to turn it into a piano vocal, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. And then once I learn it well enough for that, I'll be able to do it in these streams, too. But, yeah, thanks for the request. Sorry I can't help you with it tonight, Anthony. You can make a sarcastic joke about me, though, on Facebook. I won't mind. This guy is a comedian. Pretty good one, too. And as with all comedians, he has got the ability to say pretty much anything, and I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see here. So before I keep going, here's another one that is important for me to get done this show. Tomorrow is October 12th, and the day after, 23 years ago tomorrow, John Denver died in a plane crash in the evening. And I didn't find out about it until the next morning, and it was a tough day for me. He's one of my all-time heroes, singer-songwriter. And I remember that the way that I responded was that me and another friend of mine who I was in college, I was in my first or second year of college at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. I was in the music department, and me and another friend of mine who was also a big fan of his, we went into a practice room, and we just played John's songs and sang them for about 2 hours before we had to finally go to class again. And we probably did this one 20 times and ended up having a crowd of other students kind of crowd into the room with us at one point, and they all sang along. It was pretty special. So I'm doing this in memory of the late, great John Denver, who will have been gone from this planet 23 years tomorrow evening. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place that I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. Oh, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, oh mama, take me home. Country roads take me home. Down country roads take me home. Down country roads. I have missed that guy every day since he left. Okay. I know this is like West Virginia's anthem, isn't it, Becky? Okay. What else is floating around up here in the comments? Jessie, huh? Well, maybe I should do that one while it's still fresh on my mind. This was one by a guy named Joshua Kadison. I think I played it a couple weeks ago. This is a hit kind of all over the world. I think it did even better in Europe than it did in the United States back in about 93, something in that neighborhood. A pretty song, though. I did a piano lesson for this a couple weeks back, maybe 2 or 3 weeks back. Phone booth in Vegas, Jessie calls at 5 a.m. to tell me how she's tired of all of them. Says, babe, I've been thinking about a trailer by the sea. We could go to Mexico, you, the cat, and me. We'll drink tequila, look for seashells. Now doesn't that sound sweet? Jessie, you always do this. Every time I get back on my feet. Well, Jessie paints you pictures about how it's gonna be. By now I should know better. Your dreams are never free. But tell me all about our little trailer by the sea. Well, Jessie, you can always sell any dream to me. But Jessie, you can always sell any dream to me. Asked me how the cat's been. I said, Moses, he's just fine. But he used to think about you all of the time. We finally took your pictures down from off the wall. Jessie, how do you always seem to know just when to call? She says, get your stuff together, bring Moses and drive real fast. Now listen to a promise, I swear to God this time it's gonna last. Oh, Jessie, paint your pictures about how it's gonna be. By now I should know better. Your dreams are never free. Tell me all about our little trailer by the sea. Well, Jessie, you can always sell any dream to me. Jessie, you can always sell any dream to me. Jessie, you can always sell any dream to me. Oh, I love you in the sunshine, lay you down in a warm white sand. And who knows, maybe this time things will turn out just the way you planned. Oh, Jessie, paint your pictures about how it's gonna be. By now I should know better. Your dreams are never free. So tell me all about our little trailer by the sea. sell any dream to me. Jessie, you can always sell any dream to me. All right, thanks for the request there, man. Appreciate that. Okay, what else do we have here? Can I play Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters by Elton John? You know what? I absolutely can, and I haven't played an Elton John song yet, so that's going to be Elton John #1 for today. This song is like one of those deep cuts, but they're fairly well known by the fan base. It was never a single, but it was kind of a standout song on an album that came out in 1972. The album was called Honky Chateau, and had a lot of good songs on it. But this one is, other than the two hit singles from it, this was one of the most popular, most beloved, and Elton played this at the Concert for New York in the wake of the 9/11 tragedy, and it was written about New York. The lyrics that Bernie Taupin wrote were about the city of New York and seeing it for the first time. So, here you go. And now I know the Spanish Harlem are not just pretty words to say. I thought I knew, but now I know that rose trees never grow in New York City until you've seen this trash can dream come true. Standing at the edge while people run you through. I thank the Lord there's people out there like you. I thank the Lord for the people out there like you. While Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters, sons of bankers, sons of lawyers, turn around and say good morning to the night. For unless they see the sky, but they can't, and that is why they know not if it's dark outside or light. This Broadway's got a lot of songs to sing, and if I knew the words, I might join in. Go my way alone, I'll grow my own seed, shall be sold in New York City. Subway's no way for a good man to go down. Rich man can't ride, and the hobo, he can drown. I thank the Lord for the people I have found. Thank the Lord for the people I have found. Like all of you here on YouTube and Facebook. While Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters, sons of bankers, sons of lawyers, turn around and say good morning to the night. For unless they see the sky, but they can't, and that is why they know not if it's dark outside or the lights. And now I know the Spanish Harlem are not just pretty words to see. I thought I knew, but now I know that rose trees never grow. Oh, in New York City, subway's no way for a good man to go down. A rich man can't ride, and the hobo he can't drown. I thank the Lord for the people I've found. Oh, thank the Lord for the people I've found. Yes, I have. While Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters, sons of bankers, sons of lawyers, turn around and say good morning to the night. For unless they see the sky, but they can't, and that is why they know not if it's dark outside or light. They know not if it's dark outside or light. Thank you for the request. I appreciate it. Okay, this one's now performer's prerogative. This is one my mom and I both love, and I've never played this before. I mean, other than a few minutes before the show, I got the idea that I ought to try it. So it could be a disaster, but I don't think it's going to be. But I just know this is a song my mom loves, and I've loved it since I was just a wee little child. So this is a special one for her. This is an homage to the amazing cassette tape collection of 80s music that she had. God love her. She was part of, like, you know, she would sign up for Columbia or whatever those mail-in services were, and you'd get your, before they started charging you, you'd get like, you know, six tapes for a penny. And then you had to stick around with them for a couple of months in order to have that be honored. But it was, so we ended up with this huge collection. We had the best 80s music in the world there. And we warped the tape, my sisters and I. So this one's by a band called Mr. Mister. This mountainside, across the sea into my soul, it reaches into where I cannot hide, setting my feet upon the road. My heart is old, it holds my memories. My body burns a gem-like flame, somewhere between the soul and soft machine, where I find myself again. life would mean to me. Would I have followed down my chosen road? Only wish but I could be. Hey, Kyrie lays on down the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the night. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on a highway in the lights. Oh, 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 yeah. Kyrie lays on the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the light. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on the highway in the night. Kyrie lays on down the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on in the darkness of the night. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on the darkness of the light. Woo. Kyrie lays on the road that I must travel. Okay. We avoided a massive train wreck. Woo! Okay. So, we actually played that one a little bit ago, Jordan. You'll have to catch it on the replay, but it's there. About 4 or 5 songs ago, I think. Thanks for asking. Okay, let's see here. Here's another one that I brought with me tonight that I've always... So one of the fun things about having this regular gig like this is... And it's also nice because I don't have the constraints of working with a band. It's really fun to work with other live musicians, so don't get me wrong. I love doing it, but you are always... With a band, you've got 4 or 5 people's opinions that have to, you always have to forge a compromise. And you've got the skill sets of each person to take into account. And so even when people are good players, there's some things they're good at and some things they're not good at. And so, sometimes a song doesn't work for your group, or there's not interest by the other people to do it, so there are confines and constraints. But with this, I get to kind of choose all kinds of things. And this is one of these songs that I've always wanted to learn how to play, and I just never had a good excuse to do it. But you guys give me an excuse to try all kinds of cool stuff. So this one's by Steely Dan. Let's see if you recognize it. Okay. I thought our little while just begun. Guess you're kinda scared yourself. You turn and run. But if you ever change of heart, Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. And Rikki, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. I have a friend in town and he's heard your name. We can go out driving on the slow hand road. We could stay inside and play games, I don't know. And you could have a change of hearts. Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Rikki, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. Yeah. Tell yourself you're not my kind, but you don't even know your mind. And you could have a change of hearts. Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. When you get home, Rikki, don't lose that number. Rikki, don't lose that number. Thank you for indulging me. Eight 8675309. Nice, that's the number, huh? That's the number. Now, we'll probably do that one at some point here. Oh, you know what? I haven't done this one yet. This was a request that came in earlier, so before I forget, someone wanted me to play The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, the late great now Kenny Rogers. My favorite thing about Kenny Rogers, and there's a meme that's floating around, and I know I have friends that were in his orbit, so they got to know him personally, and he had a phenomenal sense of humor. And I know he would have loved it. When he died, it was like right as this whole quarantine thing started. It's like he took one look at 2020 and said, "That's it, I'm out." And someone put a meme out that said, Kenny Rogers dying in April of 2020 is the biggest know when to fold 'em thing I've ever seen in my life. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound from nowhere, met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep. We took turns staring out the window at the darkness. Boredom overtook us. He began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind me saying, well, I see that you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette, and he asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet. His face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you better learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done." Every gambler knows the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser. The best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. So when he finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. Somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found an ace that I can keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. And you never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. And you never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you got to know when to hold 'em, when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. And you never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. All right, thanks for the request. Okay, here is one that I have not done for a while. Thank you for the request. It's probably time to do another Billy Joel song. This goes way back to 1971 is when he wrote this. And was first released on an album in 1972 called Cold Spring Harbor. That was kind of a debacle, but this is a great song. Then he re-recorded it, just a live version of it that was released as a single in 1981 and had a top 40 hit with it. Beautiful tune, goes like this. She's got a way about her. I don't know what it is, but I know that I can't live without her. She's got a way of pleasing, Don't know why it is, but there doesn't have to be a reason anyway. She's got a smile that heals me. I don't know why it is, but I have to laugh when she reveals me. She's got a way of talking. I don't know why it is, but it lifts me up when we are walking anywhere. She comes to me when I'm feeling down, inspires me without a sound. She touches me and I get turned around. She's got a way of showing how I make her feel, and I find the strength to keep on going. And she's got a light around her, and everywhere she goes, a million dreams of love surround her everywhere. Me when I'm feeling down, inspires me without a sound. She touches me, I get turned around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's got a smile that heals me. I don't know why it is, and I have to laugh when she reveals me. And she's got a way about her. Don't know what it is, but I know that I can't live without her anyway. Thanks for the request. Okay. Now, here's one that's kind of been on my mind. So our very own Gary Elgort, who joins in almost every week for these shows, he's a native New Yorker, and which meant that he wasn't necessarily like highly exposed to country music. But one day he's coming home from work and there's this thing happening at Central Park. So he decides he's going to go. Turns out it's Garth Brooks at Central Park. And it turns out that in spite of the very successful concerts that have been at Central Park up to that point, with like Simon and Garfunkel and Elton John and several others that had 400, 500,000 people show up, they get 950,000 plus people at Central Park for this thing. And it kind of turned Gary into a Garth Brooks fan. And he has messaged me from time to time and said, hey, have you watched this Netflix documentary on Garth? And I had not, so by his recommendation, I checked it out. It was really cool. It was kind of a good retrospective on his entire career, and I've always been kind of a fan of his anyway, so it was fun to see. And he was talking about that moment at Central Park when he comes up. They had him on a lift, and he came up from the bottom of the stage, and holy cow, he looks out there, he goes, my God, I come from a town, my hometown had 17,000 people in it, and I'm looking out there, and there's 1 million people out there watching me, and he choked up, just started crying, talking about it. And the thing that's interesting is, so Gary's there in the crowd, and I watched it as it was happening in real time on HBO. I think it was 97. So it was a pretty special moment And this was the first song that he played coming up out of the lift, and he said it was so hard to get through the whole song without crying because he was just so amazed at the number of people in a place like New York City that would come out and hear this country artist play. So I'm going to do the first song from that show. It was a #1 country hit for Garth in 1991. His eyes are cold and restless, his bones have almost healed. She'd give half of Texas just to change the way he feels. She knows that he loves her Tulsa, she knows he's gonna go. It ain't no woman, flesh and blood, it's that damned old rodeo. It's bulls and blood, it's a dust and mud, it's a roar of a Sunday crowd. White in his knuckles, gold in the buckle, he'll win the next go round. It's boots and shafts, it's cowboy hats, spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain, and they call the thing rodeo. Best to hold him when his love comes to call. His need for it controls him and her back's against the wall. It's so long, girl, I'll see you, and it's time for him to go. No woman wants her cowboy like he wants his rodeo. It's bulls and blood, it's a dust and mud, it's a roar of a Sunday crowd. It's white in his knuckles, gold in the buckle, he'll win the next go round. It's boots and shafts, it's cowboy hats, spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain, and they call the thing rodeo. Drive a cowboy crazy, it'll drive a man insane. He'll sell off everything he owns just to pay to play her game. And a broken home and some broken bones is all he'll have to show. For all the years that he spent chasing the dream they call a rodeo. It's bulls and blood, it's a dust and mud, it's a roar of a Sunday crowd. It's white in his knuckles, the gold in the buckle, he'll win the next go round. It's boots and shafts, it's cowboy hats, spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain, and they call the thing rodeo. It's the broncs and the blood, it's the steers in the mud, call the thing rodeo. Okay, let's see here. Probably time to do something kind of fun and bouncy by Mr. Elton. I saw this in the comments earlier. Something that don't change the weather, will kill the body she's really keen. She got electric boots, a Moe suits. I read it in a magazine. Ain't no war, but Bennie and the Jets, yeah. Now, but Bennie and the Jets. Oh, 'cause they were waiting the waterfall. My daddy, she's really keen. She's got electric boots, a Moe suit. You know I read it in a magazine. Ain't no more. So Bennie and the Jets. All right, thanks for the request, whoever wrote that, I don't recall. But love that one. Thank you very much. This is probably the right time to mention, if you're really enjoying yourself, and you would like to support my work beyond just showing up and watching, which is all that's required, by the way, I really appreciate that. But I do have some digital tipping options in the descriptions on both Facebook and YouTube. Got PayPal and Venmo, so if you want to chip in a couple of shekels, I always appreciate it. Doesn't go unnoticed. Helps keep the lights on. And if not, that's okay. I'm just happy to have you with us. Okay, looks like some people are wanting some Van Morrison. 1, 2, 3. Hey, where did we go? Days where the rains came out in a hollow, playing a new game, leaping and a running, and skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping, baby, and you, the brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened to Tuesdays and so slow, going down to the old mine with a transistor radio, standing out in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow wall, slipping and sliding, baby, all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. All right. All right, Bennie. I play this one a lot, but I love playing it, so what the heck. See the lights go out on Broadway. I saw the Empire State laying low. The lights went on beyond the Palisades. They all bought Cadillacs and left there long ago. We held the concert out in Brooklyn to watch the island bridges blow. They turned our power down and drove us underground, but we went right on with the show. See the lights go out on Broadway. I saw the ruins at my feet. You know, we almost didn't notice it. We've seen it all the time on 42nd Street. They burned the churches up in Harlem like in that Spanish Civil War. The flames were everywhere, but no one really cared. It always burned out there before. Whoa. See the lights go out on Broadway. Whoa, watch the mighty skyline fall. The boats were waiting at the Battery. The union went on strike. They never sailed at all. They sent the carrier out from Norfolk. They picked the Yankees up for free. They said the Queens could stay. They blew the Bronx away. They sang Manhattan out to sea. Whoa. You know the lights went bright on Broadway. But that was so many years ago. Before we all lived here in Florida. Before the mafia took over Mexico. There are not many who remember. They say a handful still survive to tell the world about the way the lights went out, to keep the memory alive. Well, hey, Brenda, prepping seafood hot pot for tonight and full turkey dinner tomorrow. Honestly forgot. Well, that's okay. There's no requirement that you be here, but wow, Thanksgiving already in Canada. That's great that you're going to be able to host dinner and everything. I hope a lot of people are going to be able to get together here in the States safely in November. Okay, let's see here. Noah says, hopefully the lights will be back on Broadway by next year. I sure hope so. The entertainment industry's been devastated by this. It really has. Okay. It is coming back sooner or later, yes. Aw, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Here's another one. I don't know why on earth it occurred to me that I wanted to play this today, but I did. I felt like playing it today. And I don't know if I'm all that good at playing it, but this is another one of my favorite songs. This is by Toto. Echoing tonight, she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flights. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me toward salvation. Stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had. Ooh. Wild dogs cry out in the night as they grow restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right, sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the thing we never had. Ooh. Thank you for indulging me. My little Toto fantasy there. No kidding, Gary. 6 months since our last rain here. And we need one. Good Lord, we've got to clean the air up from this, like, smoke. I feel terrible for the folks in California right now. As bad as it is from their fires here, I can only imagine how bad the air quality is where they're at. I'm ready. I'm ready for a deluge. Scotty Zuckerman, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Good to see you. I played some Steely Dan earlier, actually, Kim. If you watch the replay, you'll be able to see. I played Rikki, Don't Lose That Number. Okay. What do we have here? We have about 20 minutes left. Well, Vivian, you send some of that rain over our way, okay? We need it. We need it. I want to play a song for you that I don't know if you'll be familiar with. This is a #1 country hit, and it's by a guy named Brad Paisley. And this was his breakout huge hit that kind of started his career. And to me, this epitomizes what I love about country music. When country music's at its best, they call it 3 chords and the truth. And this is the kind of lyric that, you know, every once in a while you write a song and you feel like you've done something like this, and it's the greatest feeling in the world. Every time I play this, I get goosebumps. So this is called He Didn't Have to Be. And as I say, it's by Brad Paisley. It was a big #1 hit in the country world in the mid-'90s, I believe. And I want to send this to the memory of my uncle Jim. He passed away in 2012, in December of 2012, so it's been almost 8 years ago. But he was a complicated man in a lot of ways, but one of the things I've always appreciated about him was that he took really, really good care. He married a lady who I'm still very close to, a wonderful gal, and they had a son together who I love dearly, Christopher. But she had a previous marriage to a not very nice fellow and had 2 sons. And Jim took really, really good care of those guys, and one of them loved him so much that when he got married, Jeff, he actually had my Uncle Jim be the best man at his wedding, and it was pretty darn cool. And so when I think of this song, I think of Jim and the relationship that he had with Charlotte's son, Jeff, and how Jim really took him on as his own. A single mom goes out on the date with somebody new. It always winds up feeling more like a job interview. My mama used to wonder if she'd ever meet someone who wouldn't find out about me and then turn around and run. I met the man I called my dad when I was 5 years old. He took my mom out to a movie, and for once I got to go. Then a few months later I remember lying there in bed. I overheard him pop the question, and I prayed that she'd say yes. And then all of a sudden, oh, it seems so strange to me how we went from something's missing to a family. Looking back, all I can say about all the things he did for me is I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be. so strange to me how we'd gone from something's missing to a family. Looking through the glass, I think about the man that's standing next to me. And I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be. Looking back, all I can say about all the things he did for me is I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be. Well, I hope I'm at least half the dad he didn't have to be. 'Cause he didn't have to be. No, he didn't have to be. He didn't have to be. But he was. All right, thank you. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, we're getting fairly close to the end here. I have something special planned for you, and I'm going to do it now before anyone leaves. I don't normally play this keyboard over here, but this is where I make backing tracks and stuff for when I play out live in person usually. I mean, sometimes if I'm playing on a stage in a theater or something, I'll usually just do piano vocal. I think that in a setting like this where everybody's paying really close attention, that's actually better to just keep it all live. But when I'm playing at bars and restaurants and clubs and casinos and that kind of stuff where there's a lot of ambient noise and a lot of people who are there for reasons other than just listening to music, I think it's good to have a little extra noise behind you. So I tend to bring these tracks. I make bass, drums, guitar, strings, that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to employ a lot of that very often in these shows. I really like, this is my favorite thing to do, is just play piano and sing. But I wanted to do another song for Eddie Van Halen's passing. And I played one from the Van Hagar era, just on piano vocal. That's what we opened with right now. But there was another iconic keyboard song that, I mean, Eddie played keys on a number of Van Halen songs, but there are two that really stick out. One is the one I played. The other was from the last album that they made with David Lee Roth before he left in the 80s. The album was called 1984, which, of course, we had, thanks to my mom's cassette tape collection. And the song is another one that my mom's going to go crazy for. This has been one of her favorites as long as I can remember. And it's got this really cool keyboard sound. So I'm sorry this isn't the best view for my camera angle or anything, but it's going to have to do. And it's got this fun little sound. Which was widely used in the 80s. Some of you might remember it from or Journey used it. Several other people did things with it, but my favorite use of it was from this song. You'll know it. baby, just how you feel. You gotta roll with the punches to get to what's real. Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the wrecking machine. I ain't the words that you see. Well, can't you see what I mean? I might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Kick it and jump, jump. Might as well jump. Wow, that you? Who said that? Baby, how you been? Say you don't know, oh, you won't know till you begin. So can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the wrecking machine. I ain't the words that you see. Can't you see what I mean? I might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Kick it and jump, jump. Might as well jump. Jump. Might as well jump. Might as well jump. Kick it and jump, jump. Might as well jump. 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 All right. There we go. All right, thank you for indulging me on that. It's a little bit of a logistics thing to work up. Okay. Well, probably time to play the last song of the night, and since it was requested, and I've been doing it for so long, might as well go back to the old standby. Appreciate everybody being here with me today. Always so much fun to get together with so many friends every Sunday and share some laughs and some stories and some of the greatest songs of all time. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. The regular crowd shovels in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I know it completes when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 da da da, la la da 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 da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. Proud at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or the lightest smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. Says, Steve, I believe this is killing me. As a smile ran away from his face, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. La 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 da da da, la la da 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 da. Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife, and he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy, and he probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. They're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. And I just say, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You've got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday stream. The manager, he gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me that you came by to see. I hope that it's been worth your while. The piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. They sit at the bar, put bread in my jar, say, man, what are you doing here? La 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 da da da, la la da 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 da. Thanks, guys. Great time today. Such a privilege to be able to do this. If you're a musician, remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. For everybody, remember, give out as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. Make it count. We don't know when the last chance we're going to have to do it is. I'll see you guys again next week. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me into your homes. Stay safe.